Hello, everyone. Welcome to Qobuz Live. It has been a long time. We have not done one of these shows in so long. There's so much new news and so much new stuff to tell you about Qobuz. Today, we've got a really, really special show. I know I say that every time, but hopefully they all are. This one is really special in that we've got Linda and Steve from WiiM. This new streamer that I believe is just a total game changer, and we'll show you why in just a little while. But yeah, we're really excited about having these guys on camera today. Dan and I just received our WiiM Pros. Maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and we've both been playing with them and trying them out on various systems, and both of us are just absolutely blown away with this little thing. There's never been anything near this price that performs to this level. So we're going to ask Linda and Steve a lot of questions about it, tell you a lot about the WiiM products and where they're going to be going and what this thing does and just basically everything about it. We're going to be doing questions and answers. So if you've got any questions as we're talking, please don't hesitate to type it in and let us know. So welcome. It's been so much has happened, gosh, since we've talked last. The first thing is today is a pretty special day. It is Valentine's Day. Yes, it is. But in 2019, February 14th, 2019, we launched Qobuz. So yes, happy Valentine's Day, but happy birthday to Qobuz USA. Of course, Qobuz opened in 2007, but we don't really care about that. What we really care about, we're kind of narcissistic. Hey, it opened up in the US in 2019, so we're celebrating 4 years of complete happiness, and we've really gotten a whole lot done in this 4 years. I still remember when we first came here, Dan and I are walking down I believe CDO was our first show, and it was 2018 actually when the show was going on, and people were going, "What's this Qobuz, Kaba? How do you say this thing?" And everybody was just, it was all buzz about how to say it. People are no longer having a problem saying it, and even if they do, I don't really care as long as they use Qobuz. So we've been here now for 4 years supplying lossless music. It's a wonderful time in history for lossless music. I'm just glad that we've got it now, and I'm very proud to be with Qobuz as the ones who's really delivering this kind of stuff. Music means a lot to us. So we got a lot coming up. Fairly recent, fairly coming up pretty soon. Next week, well, actually, it's this weekend. We're going to be at the Florida International Audio Expo. That's going to be in Tampa, Florida. These guys were totally brilliant. It could have been, it's not. It's really actually an excellent show, but this could have been the worst show ever. But they're having this show in Tampa in February. I told the guy that runs the show, he's going, well, you think it's going to be successful? I'm going, it's February in Florida. I promise you it's going to be successful. And as predicted, people are flocking down like crazy. Bart's already sold out all of his rooms, and we're really excited for him, because I think this is only like I think this will be the third year because of COVID. So he's really excited. That's going to be happening this weekend in Tampa, Florida. The next show I'm doing right after that is going to be Bristol. I'm literally coming home. I'll be home for a day, and then I'm taking off to the Bristol show, which is in Bristol, UK. I'm really excited about seeing all of our partners in England and in Britain. And actually, it's a pretty big show, so lots of people from Europe will be there. We're going to be there in force. Our social guy's going to be there. We're bringing out 3 or 4 people to be at the booth. I'll be there doing flash DJ sessions. It should be an absolute blast. I had a great time there. I believe I've only been to it one time. I think it was in 2019. Yeah, it was the year right before the pandemic. So went to the show in 2019, and it was so much fun. I think half of it was just everybody's talking with that British accent, and I just absolutely dig that. Pacific Audio Fest which is in Seattle. It's going to be coming up, I believe, in June. Expona is going to be coming up in April. And a new show, Audio Advice Live, I believe is coming up in July, which is in Raleigh, North Carolina. I didn't mention that Expona is going to be in Chicago. It always is. And then my favorite show of the year is in May. This is the Munich High-End Show. The one thing that all of these shows have in common is that Qobuz sponsors every single one of them. We're not just into this for uh, as a sideline. Music is our love, it's our passion, and these are the people that are showing off some of the best gear that you can buy in the world. To me, these shows, these regional shows, have provided an incredible service because you can go to any one of these things and just you won't be able to see this kind of gear the rest of the year. So people go all out for this show. It's a lot of fun. We always do a lot of flash DJs, and Qobuz is super proud to be sponsoring. We look at it as the industry. The audio industry is very, very important because, hey, without the audio industry, what are we going to be playing high-res audio back on, right? So this industry is super important to us, and I believe we prove it. We're at almost every show that you could possibly be in. So I hope to see you there. I hope to see you there next weekend in Tampa. We're going to be getting us a little vitamin D, or I hope to see you in the UK the weekend afterwards. All right, Qobuz. We're now over 90 million songs. The last time we had a show, I think we might have been going toward 80, but our advertisement still showed 70. So now we're at 90 million songs. This is a lot of music. We're getting in so much high resolution every single week. Oh gosh, I just got it's 100 million as of this week. Wow. So it's getting hard not to find things on Qobuz. I can remember when we first started, Dan and I were fielding calls all the time going, hey, can you guys get like Lyle Lovett? Can you get like Ricky Lee Jones? I mean, some real basic stuff that you would think a high res service should have. And of course, there were so many holes in the catalog. That is absolutely not the case anymore. We still do have some holes, as all streaming services do, but we work every day trying to sign contracts and make deals with labels or rights holders so that we do get the best of the music. So it's really come a long way in 4 years. I believe we started out with about 30 million, maybe it was 40 million, but it's really taken a great turn on the top. So we're not just a streaming service, we're also a download service, which is my favorite thing about it's my second favorite thing about Qobuz. My very favorite thing about Qobuz is just sitting back and listening and being able to have all of this unbelievable lossless music, just millions and millions of cuts. I'll never be able to listen to it all before I die. So I can't believe how much stuff is there. But the download store, that's one of the things that makes us super, super special. You can buy downloads in a lot of places. You can't buy high res downloads in a lot of places. We're one of the best. We're, I think, the very best place. If you start looking at price points, we are just the way to go. If you're going to be buying downloads, buy them from Qobuz. You don't even have to be a member of Qobuz to download. It's some heavily discounted prices. So hop on there because that is where artists make scale. And you probably have heard people talking about, oh, who pays the most, who pays the least. I got news for you. It really almost doesn't matter because it's not very much at all. When they really do start making money is when you buy their downloads, or when you buy a t-shirt, or when you buy an album, or when you go to the concert. These are all ways that we can support our favorite artists. And right now, the way the music business is designed, this is really needed. But it does us so much good just from a heart standpoint to be able to pay out royalties that are real royalties that people can actually make a living on. So if you never downloaded anything off Qobuz, go do it. Do it with your favorite artists. Do it with an album that you go, wow, if this album ever left streaming, I would just die. Go ahead and download it now. Get your most favorite stuff. But the main thing is download, not necessarily because you got to have it because in your collection, but because you're there to help support the artists. So we got three different tiers that we'll talk about right now. We've got the solo tier at 1083. We've got a duo at 14.99, which you and your mate hop on. You're talking about 750 a month. That's an incredible deal for 100 million songs and lossless. And then we got a family plan. It's not very much more than that. It's only $17.99 a month, and you can have up to 6 people on that plan. The thing with duo and family is you got to be under the same roof. So don't sign up for family with your kids off in 14 different states, or you're going to have trouble. If you are a family and you've got up to 6 and you're under the same roof, join us. If you're duo, it can't be your girlfriend that lives halfway across town. You got to live up under the same roof, and then you'll be qualifying for duo. But they're incredible prices. I believe when we started here, our price was $25 for a single person. Now it's down to $10.83. That's just giving it away. So if you're not a member of Qobuz because of the price, you don't have that excuse anymore. It's just too cheap. All right. Right now, though, we've got a 30% off our studio and duo plan. So if you hop in right now, you'll be able to even save more money on getting into high resolution audio. So yeah, we love supporting our fans, and thank you. But if you do support your fans and you are a big downloader, join the Sublime. Oh gosh, let me go back a little bit. Join the Sublime program. I believe it runs $15 a month, and if you're a Sublime member, you can buy downloads very, very inexpensively. So yeah, hop on download stores. As you can see here, anybody can buy Dark Side of the Moon at $19.49. You can buy the CD for $16.49, but if you're a Sublime member, you buy that for $12.99. So as you can see, just a very few downloads, you're actually paying for your subscription. So hop on Sublime if you are a downloader, or if you follow my request to start downloading a bunch of music. It's always great to have. All right, we just launched a magazine today, February 14th. Now you can go to Qobuz.com, hit magazine, and we have got all kinds of stuff. This used to be just in the app, and so just really not that many people saw it, right? Because when you go to the Qobuz app, you're going, gosh, I want to hear this particular piece of music. You're not really a lot of times looking for things to read. Well, now you can just go right to the Qobuz app, open up the magazine, and you'll just see all kinds of stuff. We'll have news, all kinds of music news. We've got videos that you guys can watch. We've got panoramas on all kinds of artists. And this is where you're going to see a lot of featured Qobuz writers write a lot of stuff about music. Once again, this is our business. This is what we do. It's not a sideline. So we have got a house full of music lovers. Our own Sujan Hong leads up teams to help do a lot of this writing that you see. You also see hi-fi reviews. So we try to do hi-fi reviews a little differently than the magazines, and stop by and take a look at them, because we want the right information up there. We want you to be able to pick out the right amplifier for your speakers or the right streamer. So we put a lot of time and effort into this. So join us for the magazine. The last thing that I'm going to talk about before I bring in Linda and Steve, and thank you folks for being so patient with me, is we've got a new club. And nobody is invited. I mean, hardly anybody. We've invited a few people. We've got about 1,400 pre-members now, or members that wanted to join. So if you, Dan is going to put this this link into the bottom of the chat, and just click that. We have not, this is the first time that this has even been mentioned. It's not even really going to be open or public for, I think, another month or two. But these are some of the people, the 14 or so hundred people are in there. They're the first ones that hopped in as like the true music lovers. We're going to have all kinds of features on in the club. We're going to be doing giveaways of product and just really we want to have a lot of fun, but we really want to save this for the people that are just the biggest music lovers out there and really love to read and discuss music. So hop on the Qobuz Club and join us. And thank you for all of your attention for so long, because really the most important part of the show is now coming up, and that's going to be the WiiM players. So I would like to introduce my first guest, Linda Kim. Hi, Linda. Oop, I think you may be muted or you're not on. Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, David. Hey,
Hey,
everyone.
how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here. Yeah,
Well,
thanks
I've
for
got
having
kind
us.
of an echo there, don't I? Let's see. So we're gonna. Well, why don't you put yourself on mute for just a second, and I'll introduce you. This is Linda Kim. Linda's the Senior Director of Business Operations and Strategy. So Linda's got a lot to do with the WiiM product. She's been at Link Play, who's the parent company. I've been knowing Link Play for maybe a decade or so. And it's a little company that started doing little streamers. I wasn't like super interested in them because they didn't really do high resolution, but I thought, wow, what a neat little company. Well, Linda's been with this neat little company that's actually got streamers into thousands and thousands and thousands of little systems that you would have never seen them if it hadn't had such a great price point. So Linda's been with this company for 6 years. Her primary focus is the WiiM product, marketing, support, partnering with streaming services like us, like Qobuz. And Linda tells me she likes to do that because she wants to really be able to deliver the very best experience out there. So Linda, welcome to the show.
Thanks, David.
The next person we're going to the next person we're going to bring out is Steve Steve Willenborg. Steve, how are you doing?
Good. How you doing, David? Congratulations
Good.
on your birthday.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to blowing out a candle in just a little bit. My wife this morning, before she left from work, she's a school teacher, and before she left from work, she wakes me up and she said, "Hey, I just wanted to tell you happy birthday." And I'm going, "What? It's not my birthday." She's going, "It's Qobuz's birthday." I'm going, "Oh." It's like so sweet. I could not believe she did that, but she wished us happy birthday this morning before she took off for school. So Steve's background, he's been in the industry for 25 years. With companies like JBL, Harman Kardon, Infinity, as well as deep work experience and product and technology development within the ODM supply chain. So I know that Linda and the rest of the team at WiiM are so super happy to have someone with your experience, Steve.
Oh, thank you very much. And we're very, very happy to be here. Qobuz, what you're doing in the industry is fantastic, and really, really excited about what you guys have planned for the future. And just what you had covered is great.
Yeah, totally.
What a fantastic segue. Yeah, we're excited too, because we think that WiiM is going to double or triple or quadruple the number of people that are on Qobuz right now. Why don't you guys just give us a little overview? Actually, let me just pull these up. The first unit that I was like totally blown away with was the WiiM Pro. This is it here. Why don't you guys talk just a little bit about what the WiiM Pro is bringing to the table and why we think it's going to bring so many more people to Qobuz?
Okay. Well, as you said, affordable smart streamers are really where our DNA is. From a link play perspective, we've been in business, as you said, for over 10 years. And we've been in the smart audio solutions, since our inception. We're a technology company, so we work with a lot of the chip companies. We work with a lot of the technologies that are out there, all focused on intelligent audio, intelligent streaming, intelligent products. So, before we got into and developed the WiiM strategy, we've worked with some of the biggest brands in the world, over 100 brands. We've brought in over 10 million devices, 250 plus certified devices into the audio space. So you would see us in, companies like Yamaha, like Harman, like Marshall, et cetera, et cetera. So LinkPlay's been in that intelligence business, if you will, for quite some time. About a year and a half ago, we, started looking at the market, and we were like, gee, what's missing out in that market? High res audio is obviously something that's, key, and, something that I love personally. And I know, from the audio, being in the audio business as long as I have, it's something that people really, really are not only looking forward to, but now are able to stream it seamlessly in their devices. And so we saw a gap in the system, and that's where we came up with both originally with the WiiM Mini and with the WiiM Pro. So, Linda, you want to give a little bit more background in terms of the WiiM characteristics and where we want to go with it?
Yeah, so WiiM, we consider it the consumer brand of LinkPlay technology, and the focus of WiiM is that we want to make high quality, high res audio products accessible for everybody, and that's affordable as well. And like Steve said, we saw that there's a gap in the market, and with our expertise and just working with the brands and working with the different technologies and streaming companies and things like that, we just saw that it's a perfect time to produce our own product and to and I think for us to engage directly with consumers and audio lovers about what kind of product they want to see in the market. So we launched WiiM Mini last year, and it's had a great reception internationally in the US. And then this past year, we launched WiiM Pro, and it's had the same response as well. So definitely, I think I think our brand is really meeting a need in the market. And we love the fact that, I think we can go into it more, but we just love the fact that, people are able to resurrect their old, beloved stereo equipment, or like their parents, or it's hand down, or, that they haven't been able to connect to streaming services like Qobuz. And we love hearing those stories, and how everyone, everyone has their unique, DIY like setup for how they want to listen to music. So we love hearing those kinds of stories, and how our product can fit into those kind of like ecosystems of people's homes.
So I want to get kind of right into why I think it's incredible. This product it's $150, and it does 24,192. It does a full 24,192. I'm listening to it right now. I've been listening to it for like the last, a couple of weeks now, I think.
Yeah,
I think it's been a couple of weeks since I've had this thing. So I've been listening to this thing for a couple of weeks, and I got to tell you, I'm totally blown away. Here's why I'm blown away. First off, it sounds really good. It's $150, which makes it about a quarter the price of the first entry level unit prior to this, that would even play back at 190 kilobits per second. Typically, you would have had to spend these days, $550, $650, $700 just as an entry level device. This guy is an entry level device with digital out or analog out for $150. So for the price of what it would have cost you 2 months ago to get one zone, you can now get basically 4 zones for the same price. Or if you haven't started streaming and you're just wanting to stick your toe in, this is a great way to do it without having to spend the better part of, $600-700. This is almost a give me. This is like Spotify pricing, but it does Qobuz resolution. So this is why I am so happy about this product being on the market, because it's going to allow so many more people to experience high res for the first time. And my experience around that is, once you've experienced, lossless music, you never go back. You just keep upgrading. You just keep going. So this is the WiiM Pro. Doesn't look like much, does it? Looks like a little box, but most of them do. But it does have a really nice little interface, a little UI, user interface. And this is its connection. Now, I've got to apologize because this one isn't exactly up to date, but we do have a some pretty important stuff here. We've got coax out, and then we've also got optical out. Either connection will do 24/192. The little C input you see on the bottom left, that's the power. Then you have a line out. Obviously, this would be going to your legacy stereo systems, right? So if you've got a system that does not have a DAC in it, you would just take a left and right analog output, run it right into your analog input, set the WiiM up, and you are now streaming 100 million songs in lossless, which is way cool. Now, it's got a line in. Steve and Linda, why does this thing have a line in?
Yeah, alternatives, what we want to be able to do is support as much as possible. And, for us, we really, for your listeners right now, as we go through this device and we continue to bring out new devices, we want to listen to the marketplace. And so having a line out is just, gives you so many more options with regards
Line
to
in.
some of
Yeah, line in.
Yeah, or line in, sorry. Yeah. It gives you those options. Sorry.
Yeah, so here's a really cool thing that a lot of people are doing. It's like, this doesn't necessarily appeal to me, but a lot of people are doing it. You can hook up a turntable here, right? And you got a
Mhm.
WiiM upstairs. You can just stream straight from your turntable all around your house, however many WiiMs you've got, or a tape deck, or a mixing console. It's like, whatever you have, you can basically throw it anywhere that you've got another WiiM device, which I think is really, really cool. So all kinds of hookups. There's all kinds of, there are lines in, line out, optical in, optical out, digital. And then the thing that's my favorite feature on this whole thing, bar none, is the Ethernet connection. So you don't have to worry about wireless streaming. When you get up to, I'm serious, when you start getting up to about 2496, unless you have just got a really well endowed wireless system without kids that play Fortnite, you could have, people just have problems doing it all the time based on where your router is. So we always recommend it at Qobuz, because we are totally non-adaptive. So if you start dropping signal, we're just going to drop with you. We don't drop the resolution, so we can still play. We just drop out. So this is my very favorite feature. Outside of it being 24/192, you've actually got a way that you can play this without it ever cutting out on you. So that's the way I've got mine hooked up, and it works totally flawless. I haven't had one cut out the whole time. But I must say, I've got the WiiM Mini as well. I've got that one close enough to my router that I don't have that cut out either. So it actually works pretty good. This is the WiiM that I'm using right now. And as you can tell, I've got this thing hooked up to a $20,000 D to A converter, and it's just absolutely amazing. It sounds fantastic. That's not the way it's going to end up working, because that would be ridiculous, and I don't need another streamer up here. But it's certainly a really good way to check out a bit perfect signal, and it just does fantastic. It's not really that apparent, but what you're looking at on my iPhone there is actually the app, the WiiM app, and it's really well thought out. But they've been doing apps for longer than most streaming services have been in business anyway, right, guys?
Yeah, that's one of our true core competencies is in the app side of the business. When you go and you step through the app, from a functional perspective, we've tried to understand how users use it, obviously on a daily basis. But we're also, going back to the statement I made earlier, user experience is so important to us. So, we really love the feedback, and within the app, there is a feedback loop, if you will, so that if there are issues or problems or things that people want to see, we want to hear from our customers, our collective customers, because we want to make that user experience even better.
I got to say, just as a user, I was having a little trouble to begin with, right? Linda, the first thing Linda said to me when I called her was, "Oh, just put it on the app and you'll get an answer back." Well, who does that? Nobody answers you back, right? I mean, that just doesn't happen. So I put my question down. I'm going, well, I can't even remember what it was right now. It was something insignificant, but I put it down because I just wanted to see. So I put down my question. The next morning I wake up. It was late at night when I did it. The next morning I wake up. I've got like this full two paragraph answer to my question. It solved my problem totally. So yeah, I'm not sure people are going to be. I'm not sure people are going to believe you when you say just ask your question in the app. I'm going, yeah, you can't even get people on support these days, right? And half the customer service that you reach out to, you may or may not hear back from them. I can tell you from experience, this worked fantastically. So thanks for mentioning that, Steve.
Oh, no problem. As I say, the user experience is so important to us. And as, we deliver and bring out new products, it's going to continue. The Apple will be improved, and we look forward to adding more and more features.
Well, we've got a question that popped up from Arturo. Thanks for the question. Does the WiiM Pro support Wi-Fi, or do you connect using cable to the internet?
No, it's a Wi-Fi enabled device. So, and from a technology perspective, the WiiM Mini is a dual core processor. The WiiM Pro is a quad core processor. So, both devices have got a lot of capability within it. Both are Wi-Fi enabled, so there's no need to plug it into an internet cable.
So the one that you did, the one that is truly wireless is going to be the next one that we were going to talk about. This is the WiiM Mini. This was the one that I received to begin with. How much is this going for on Amazon right now?
I think when we do deals on at least Amazon US, like $80, like when we run a deal,
Okay.
but typically
And
like
so this,
$99.
yeah. So let's just say it's under $100.
Yeah.
And this is the first one that that I got turned on to, was the WiiM Mini, and I was thinking, this is cool, but I'm a high-end guy. I got to have something wired. I appreciate it. This is probably going to get more people into high resolution, but I need something that's wired. I want something that's wired. It's just my own. That's my own rule. So then the WiiM Pro comes out, and it does have the Ethernet, but I got to tell you, the antenna on it must be really good, because it does just work really well. I haven't had a dropout on it since I started with it.
And David, that's a really, really good point. One of the things that we have learned over the years with doing so many wireless devices, 10 million plus devices, is the optimization of the antenna and ensuring that, it's as efficient as possible. You've got, a good, strong signal, both path in and out. And, we really think that, as to your point, the connectivity via Wi-Fi is pretty good.
Next question. It's a good one. Do you know when this is going to, it may already be, I don't know. Do you know when it's going to be available in the UK?
Yeah, probably referring to the WiiM Pro. Amazon is receiving all the shipments, so it should hopefully be available for sale mid like maybe by the end of this week or definitely by the end of February. So
Cool.
yes.
So
Yeah.
right now we've talked about distribution, and this company they're really on the move. So they needed a distribution that was going to just smoke as much as they do. So that's the big reason for Amazon. But until this whole distribution thing gets completely full, this is the best place to get it. Just go on Amazon, spend less than $100, and you got yourself a mini or $150, and you've got a pro. Try it out. And listen, if you guys are on, a lot of you belong to Streaming Music Matters, which is my personal Qobuz fan page. If you're on that and you grab one of these things, do me a favor and post some stuff up there and just let us know how your experiences and how it works. I think our jobs as audiophiles right now, or not even audiophiles, music lovers that love Qobuz, is to let everybody know that it doesn't cost 600, $700 just to start streaming high res these days. It's like very, very inexpensive. So at any rate, that's very exciting. Using a pro with Ethernet connections to router, and it's been, James is using, so am I. That's the way I've got mine done too, James. It really, really works great. And you just don't have that propensity to drop out from time to time, because even if your kid's not playing a Wi-Fi game or on Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi tends to cycle anyway, and sometimes it cycles down to a point that just you drop it and it doesn't work so well. So at any rate, we're excited about both of these products. Two products under $150, and you could basically grab one if you like it, start throwing them throughout your house. It's they're incredible deals. I wanted to talk a little bit about the connectivity on the WiiM Mini, guys. Is that okay with you?
Sure. Yeah, please go.
Okay, so we've got the same kind of a hookup from a power standpoint. It's just a C connector. Then we've got an optical. The optical on this, you have to choose if you want it to do high res, okay? Because it comes out of the box, not high res. So you have to actually go into the menu and switch it to, say, optical 24-192, and then it'll do that. But it's all set up to do it. It's also got a single mini stereo plug that goes to a RCA cable. There's some really, really good ones on the market. Here's mine. I've just got a little, I don't know if you can see it or not. It's an Audio Quest. It's a dual RCA from a single 1/8-inch mini stereo. So that's what it looks like. And so you can either use the one in the WiiM box, or you can upgrade to a better output. But really cool little unit for $70-$80. And you can kind of, like I said before, you can throw these things all over the house. The reason that I wanted to use this slide was because you can literally buy 3 of these for the same price you could buy one of. I can't think of another product that's under $550, $600 that you can actually stream with one unit. So multi-room, and it all, you can see it all from the same app. Really nice app too. You guys did a great job on this thing. And oh my goodness, it's got an equalizer, which is the bane of existence for some audiophiles, and just an incredibly great feature for people that know how to use it. What do you think?
Yeah, David, that's one of the key features for this particular market segment is the equalizer. And it's just not a few bands; it is a full 10 band. graphic equalizer, and so it gives you that flexibility. Just again, the people in our community called audio, they love doing and making things sound better for whatever their particular output application is. And with this equalizer, it does really help do that for all of the individuals who really, really want to enjoy it, even one step above.
So the way that I use this is only for bad recordings. There are a couple of frequencies that you need to know about when you're dealing with an equalizer. And those frequencies are typically going to be the 125 to 250. Let's say you're listening to a system, but the mid range isn't coming out clearly, only because of the recording. It's a bad recording. Let's just say it's a heavy mid bass recording. If you'll take those two frequencies down just a little bit, it will clean up the mid range area right above it. The other really critical two frequencies are the 2K and the 4K. Between 2 and 4K, that's where some recordings tend to be super harsh, especially like 70s rock and roll and whatnot. Typically, if you'll take the 2K and 4K and drop that down on a bad recording, things will smooth out a bit. I don't advocate equalizers unless they're absolutely needed for a recording. So, some people use them to correct their room, which is a great way to use a parametric and a good thing to do with some of the room correction devices these days. This one really is more meant, unless your room has just got a node in one of these areas, this is really meant for recording. So you got a bad recording, doctor it up a little bit, have a good time with it. Don't let anybody tell you that you're a horrible person for using an EQ, because they can just make things fun.
Well, and that's the intent, is to improve and make things, to what your likes and dislikes are. And that's what's so cool about this particular feature.
Yeah. So listen, if you just joined us, we are giving away a WiiM Pro, and the other cool thing about giving away the WiiM Pro, I'm trying to pull it up here. Yeah, there we go. The thing about giving away the WiiM Pro, we're also, as Qobuz, we're giving you a year free service with it. So make sure to click on the link and join us. We're going to give this away in about a week, because this video will go live. It'll go on to several different YouTube and some other formats, and other people will be able to watch the video and also enter the contest too. So we want to give it about a week, but please enter the contest. We'd love to give you one. And then once you get it, you gotta put something on Streaming Music Matters or Qobuz going, hey, I just got the WiiM Pro, I just won it, and these are my thoughts, and whatever you think. So make sure that you join the contest. There's a couple features that we didn't talk about that I'd like to go ahead and bring into light now, just in case. One of those is Bluetooth.
Yeah, Bluetooth 5.1, and so it's a feature and a function that is ubiquitous to a lot of devices. People want to hook up using their own phone, and so it just makes it easy for you to enter into the whole ecosystem. And it's a nice little function of the devices.
I really like using it. Dan was talking about, before the show, we were talking about the WiiM, and we were talking about how we use it. He goes, well, your friends can come over and they can just kind of hook it up real quick. Well, you know what? When my friends come over, I just give them the iPad. I just go for it, right? But what I really like Bluetooth for, I've got it on a few of my streamers, is somebody will just randomly send me something I'll be on YouTube or Instagram or something, and a band will be there, or someone will be there performing, and I'm sitting here listening to my little speakers, right? It's so easy just to go to your Bluetooth and go click, and then all of a sudden, you're getting getting this out of your speakers, and it sounds just, so much better, even if it's bad, right? So, I mean, even if it's a bad recording, it's going to sound better coming out of your stereo system than it's going to sound coming out of your phone, right? If it's really a bad recording, it's horrible in your phone. But most of these, or a whole lot of these days, are actually sounding pretty good. So, yeah, so it's got Bluetooth in case you want to do what Dan does and give your Bluetooth over to your guests, or if you do what I do and just go, hey, that's kind of a cool video, I'd like to hear it, and with some bandwidth about it. Let's see, Bruce Sarpola, thank you for the question. When Rune? What makes you think it's going to be Rune?
Yeah. So we've been hearing, that we put that on our roadmap, and it's currently in certification with Rune, and we're hoping by early Q2 that the WiiM Pro will be Rune ready. So that's our target date.
Wow, that is fantastic. So about, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, a buddy of mine, Neil Small, runs this group. I think it's called the Rune User Group, and just the greatest guy. And I wanted to try out a Pi, a little computer. And so Neil built me one, and he sent it to me. The thing was like, I think it's like 130, 140 bucks, something like that. And it was like really cool. But this guy runs this group over there that kind of the least expensive thing they could do was, build a kit, get these parts in, get this board in, get that board in. You have to know Linux. And so you have to be kind of into this stuff before you do it, right? You have to be a real hobbyist. So I'm talking to Dan the other day, and I'm going, this has got to kill the Pi business for Rune. When this comes up, it's like people will just spend 150 bucks and have a fantastic Rune endpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's really one of the keys is getting that Rune ready endpoint, and we're excited. We've been working with Rune for a long time, and so it's really a good thing to finally see it come to fruition with our devices.
Yeah, we love Rune on our side. It's just there's no way any server company, any streaming hardware company could keep up with the kind of software that these guys are doing. None of them have so far, even if they're pretty good. Like you guys, your GUI is, your graphic user interface is really, it's pretty good as graphic user interfaces go with servers, but really there's not a whole lot that from a music discovery, just getting around the app, finding what you want to find. There's really not much better than Rune. So we're very, very excited that you guys are going to be Rune ready, and that should do wonders for your business. Remember, we're giving away one of these today, but just so you know, over the next 4 or 5 months, we're going to be giving away 5 more. Because we want to get this out into the market, and we want people to know and start talking about how cool it is. So we don't mind helping promote the product, because we believe that this is going to probably give us a whole lot more listeners, or high res in general, because it's not just Qobuz. The WiiM does Qobuz, Tidal, Apple Music, Amazon, Spotify. What am I leaving out? I know I'm leaving out 5 or 6 more. But it really basically will resolve or pull up any streaming service that you want. Of course, we hope you use Qobuz, but just in case you don't know that this unit isn't specifically for Qobuz, it does work with the other streaming services. And so be on the lookout. If you don't win this time, be on the lookout on Streaming Music Matters and Qobuz Facebook and other social, and we'll let you know when we're going to be giving the others away. What have I left out?
It also works with a lot of the popular voice assistants, like
Right.
on the WiiM Pro. We have Chromecast audio available on there. So if you have you can hook it up to your Google Home ecosystem. So if you have one existing already, you can use that with our WiiM Pro to, use, Google commands, as well as Alexa and Siri is also available. And with Chromecast, you can, if you have like a Chromecast enabled app, you can cast any to like YouTube Music or to any other, sites, or, even or to your TV, things like that. So that's another feature that the WiiM Pro has.
Fantastic. It's got too much stuff on it. Linda and I had this conversation early on, and I'm going, why are you selling this thing so cheap? And she's going, because we can. And I'm going, yeah, but people have paid $300-400 for this thing. She's going, that's not what we want to do, David. We want everybody to be able to stream, and we want them to be streaming right now, because this kind of price point is long overdue. There are disruptors in the market, and then there are market just destroyers. This is one of those between disruptive and destroyers, and I love that. I personally believe that if you're not coming up with something that's better than what's on the market, there's no reason to come out with it anyway. So the thing that makes this as good as you need is it will do the high resolution, but what it really makes it better than anything on the market from a price standpoint is there's nothing that even comes close. So you guys have just destroyed a entry-level price barrier. So if you've been into Spotify, if you've been into any of the other lossy services, hop over, try out Qobuz. You're gonna love it, and now you can do it without spending an arm and a leg. It's very inexpensive to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we continue to be excited, and going forward, we're continuing to develop products. We've got a roadmap that we're developing. We're talking with a lot of people. Again, if there's features or functions that people want to see, please do get in touch with us. We're very open in terms of the system architecture. We've got some real aggressive plans in terms of some products, between 2 or 3 more this year, and we're really looking forward to extending the ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking forward to keeping up with it. Let's see. Will the WiiM be compatible with Qobuz Connect? We were just having this product meeting this morning. I don't know if it's really gonna go down this way, but we're looking for WiiM to maybe be the first Qobuz Connect company. So yes, WiiM will be Qobuz Connect, and we are actually looking at those guys being the first ones that are out there. I don't even think I've told you guys that, right?
No, not yet. But
Not
that's
yet.
great. Good news to us.
That's kind of a nice surprise for the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so thanks for the question.
Love that. Yeah, love to hear that. We have a lot of Qobuz users, and I know that that's something that they would love to have. So that's great that we'll be the first.
I can't wait. It's long overdue, but you know what? I don't even mind. I get complaints that Tidal's got Connect, Spotify's got Connect. The thing that you have to know about Qobuz is we are tiny, comparatively speaking. We don't have Samsung money behind us. We don't have Amazon money behind us. We don't have Apple money behind us. So we do things as quickly as we can, but always the most important thing to us is that we're delivering a quality product to you guys, back end. If you're streaming, our number one goal is to make sure that it sounds great. That is number one. Features after that, they're after that. We love having them, and I love getting them, but I really love the commitment from our guys to just keep this service going and going. I'm not sure what C4 driver means. We work with Control 4, so I don't know what C4 means. There was a question up there. It's C4 with a question mark. I don't know what that means. So anything else we've left out, or that you would like to end the show with?
Yeah, I just want to say, for us, we're so into making this a better product, better and better. We we're so open, like Steve said, to our users. We're very open. Our executive team looks at, the tickets and the comments from our users, because we want to make all of our products really great for our the user experience. And I think one of the things that the feedback we've been getting from people who own our products is just the frequent updates. So the product that you purchase, appreciates over time. It becomes a better product. And I think, with all the enhancements that we make to our products, I think as people add different, WiiM products to their ecosystem, overall, you're going to get a better audio setup or a music experience. So that's the thing that we're really committed to, is that, we really want to make the best product that is very disruptive to the market, like you were saying, so that it's accessible to everyone. So we're really behind that concept. We really want to be a disruptive, audio, company in that way. So we're really just really happy with just the response that we've been getting, and that people are really receptive to that messaging that we have, that we really want to support our users.
So if someone wants to get in touch with you, what's the best way to do it?
If they have questions, they can send it through our app. Just in the settings, there's feedback there. You can.
Yeah,
we
but
have
if
a
you don't have the
Facebook.
product, if you
Oh,
don't
sure.
have one, would they just go to WiiM.com or?
Yeah, WiiM.com. We have a contact form there as well, an email address there, or Facebook. We're on Instagram, so you can send us a message there.
Fantastic. I want to thank you both for taking your time to do the show. We hope it's good for WiiM. We know it's going to be good for Qobuz. So I'd like to just extend my appreciation for you guys coming out with a product like this. This is what the high res world has needed for a long time. And I, for one, can't believe somebody hasn't done this even before you guys have done it. But thank you very much for all of the work that you put into this and coming out with such a really, really cool product. Make sure that you go to the little link that Dan set up and register to win one. And when you do win, we want to hear all about it. So thank you all for joining us. Steve, Linda, thank you very much for joining us, and wishing you the very best of luck.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks
We
so much,
really
David.
appreciate it.
Okay, you guys can hang out for a little